Hello, happy Sunday. So, uh, it's been a long time. I wanted to make a video on this, and finally, I'm able to do it. It's about Charlie Kirk, and every way I relate to him. Okay, the video has like two sections. The first one, let's talk about the person who unalived. Okay, Tyler Robinson. And when I look at what he did, how he did it, of course we all hate it, and it's unimaginable. Like painful it is for his wife, Charlie's wife, Erica. It's like unimaginable. Like I can't even imagine how painful it must be for her. The thing is, when I look at that man, the guy, Tyler Robinson, I understand it more than I want to admit it. Because why did he do it? Out of envy and hatred. Of course he hated him, but there is envy also. Because when I look at Charlie's life, I before the whole him being murdered, I didn't know him. After that I watched a lot of videos of him, and I saw how much hate he got. Like he was out there standing for God, standing for the truth, standing for what he believed, for good beliefs. And although I wouldn't say anything about the politics, but he was out there defending the truth, the Bible, and he got so much hate. People commented on how he looked, his teeth, how his personal life, his character, everything. People called him many mean and ridiculous things with the amount of hatred he got. And yes, like when you look at it, it's hatred, but what I see, like if we kind of like blur it and see it from a distance, I see one person out there standing up for the truth, the other person looking at him saying that there is something that Charlie had that they didn't have, and that is peace. He was in so much pain. Charlie was like, the kind of things that he got to hear, it was so painful, and yet he was out there, and it was so clear that he had a peace and a contentment, the joy that others did not. That those people who hated on him, they didn't have it. They were like, of course, they never said it out loud, but we can tell that they saw and felt the contrast. They felt that this person has the peace that I don't, and it makes me so uncomfortable that I want to go out and destroy it. Okay. They, of course, never said it, but they did it. Okay. And the guy who murdered Charlie, why did he do it? Like, he did the kind of things that Charlie actively opposed, homosexuality and all of that. Okay, and yes, he hated Charlie, and he also envied him. And Charlie was condemning something that was his lifestyle. So instead of repenting and believing in the truth which Charlie taught, shared so openly, to believe in the Bible, to believe in Jesus, instead of doing that, what did he do? He hardened his heart. And he was like, instead of like admitting and surrendering to the truth, he went out, he was like, if I can just get this one person to stop talking what he's talking about, I'll be okay. If I like this, let's say I am doing 2 plus 2 equals 6, and there is this person beside me who was like, no, you are wrong, you are doing it, it's 2 plus 2 equals 4. Instead of like questioning my calculation, I would go out like, if I can just get this person to be silent, I'll be okay. Like that means like 2 plus 2 equals 6, and it's fine. And that's what he did. And for him to admit that what I'm doing is wrong, it was Like, if he would have repented, it could have led him to life. Yet, a lot of the times, because of our brokenness, we don't want the truth. We, like, instead of bringing us life, we, like, shame is takes birth. Okay, we end up experiencing shame, and shame is something very painful to every human being. What is shame? It's like I am bad, and we cannot bear that, as it's unbearable. Okay, and for someone out there existing and condemning the way I am living, what I'm standing for, homosexuality and everything that he did, Charlie's existence, like him going out there and standing for those things he believed and standing against these sins, means like you are proving and showing that I'm wrong and I'm bad. Of course, Charlie never said that those who are like being homosexual, they are bad and we are good, and none of those things. We all have sinned, right? But to him is what it was shame, and in order to, and what is that about? It's about his identity. And when you look at that, when you look at all the crimes in the history, when you go, like, instead of looking at, okay, there was some political hatred and that's why he killed him, oh, it was about that fight they had, deep inside, it's like the core need is identity. We cannot bear the fact that I am bad or I am unlovable, and those things. Okay, and human beings will do everything they can for their identity. Okay, so I'm not justifying. There isn't even one way I can justify what he did or what I have done or what we do, every sin, every wrong that we do. What I'm saying is how surprising and how heartbreakingly it makes sense to me. Okay, because I have been there. I not hating on Charlie, of course, but I have hated people. I have hated many people. I have envied a lot of people, them to the point that I wished they I wished they didn't exist. It was that bad. Like, envy can be that bad. Okay? And for all the people who, the wrong they do, the sin they do, why do we do it? For identity, to comfort some kind of pain we have, anger, because we know that anger is a secondary emotion. Underneath is maybe you feel betrayed, maybe you feel hurt, maybe you feel rejected or abandoned or shame. Something is there. Okay, instead of dealing with it in a healthy way, which a lot of us don't know, but at least we should want to know, and some, we try to do it, we try to deal with it with whatever we know, and sometimes we try to deal with it even in the face of a better option being available for us. Okay, and everything that people hated Charlie for peace, be it identity, be it confidence. He was so confident, and anything, like he was out there just like showing them a way, showing, like pointing toward the truth. Instead of looking at the truth, he was silenced. Okay, and everything that they tried to deal with in that painful, destructive way, they can get it in God. The same God that was with Charlie, the same God who gave him peace, who gave him confidence, who gave him courage to face his own sins, to repent of his own sins and to stand for the truth, who gave him identity, who gave him hope, and the same God that he is with now. Couple of other things, few more things that I want to point out is that after what happened after Charlie's death, I saw many people. I have had a lot of conversations with my friends, and those were all genuine questions where a lot of people were idolizing him, that he was this perfect uh, person, and it was like so polarized. A lot of the people, of course, we know the people who hated him, demonized him, and there were a lot of people who idolized him, which is also wrong. And for those who wanted to support him, I saw, even in myself, I see that we, like, it is the fundamental thing of Christianity that we are all sinners. And does that stop? Like, yes, we repent and we are sanctified of so many sins, but do we ever stop becoming a sinner? Like, do we just become like Jesus, like sinless? And I see so many people being upset about something Charlie said, and they are not able to have peace with the fact that yes, he was a born again devout Christian, and he said some things that were not so good. Like, overall, like, I just see this imperfect person just like every other believer, although he's way better than me, I would say. uh, but what I have in common is that we are all sinners still, we are all imperfect still, and we are all loved by God. Okay. And then another thing is, while these things were happening, i I was in a transition period in my life, moving from one place to a completely different place, and I came with hopes and dreams. And when Erica Kirk gave her speech about Charlie Kirk, she talked about how Charlie came to America, came to the place, and he didn't have so much money. And yes, when I came to this place, I was worried about, like, networking. That I was upset about how I didn't have that. And in that very week, I saw this video where Erica Kirk was giving the speech, and of course it was a political place where she did not, like, so overtly mention, she didn't talk about that point, but it was still there that Charlie came to America, and he did not have any contact. That exact line was there, that not a single contact, and he didn't have a lot of money. Okay, that's how she said it. And that was like validation for me, that the same, I mean, yes, his life ended so suddenly, but we know that he's still there, right? We know that he's alive with God. Okay. And in his life in this world, it ended so suddenly, but he was this bold, confident, and successful person. And with all the hatred that he got, he was standing firm. And the same God who was with him is the same God who is with me. So God used that. Like, think about it. Charlie died, his wife is giving a speech about him and about his journey, and I, some random person in a different country, in a different city, in a distant city, about this small season in my life where I'm thinking about job, and God uses that to validate this. So how much more would he be using his death in many people's life? Because we all have so many things in common. But I believe he would have comforted so many people in so many ways, and he will continue to do that in so many ways. So his life is not wasted, and even his death is not wasted, and everything that's remaining, like Erica, his family, God will continue to use it powerfully, and God will bless it. And that's a comfort for all of us as Christians, because we care about him, right? And it's great to hear that God is going to use him. But it's not just Charlie, it's the same for all of us, right? He loves all of us the same way. So we can like live with this comfort, this belief that yes, life may not go the way we want it to, but God is going to use everything for His glory and to bless people. And yes, God does not like He doesn't wipe away all the suffering, but He wipes away meaninglessness that's there in this world. I am very embarrassed to admit, but I will say it anyway, that I didn't know about Charlie and Erica so much, and then suddenly I know them and I'm interested, and I'm looking at videos and I saw this speech of Erica by Erica, and I'm like, I said that to God, saying, God, her husband died and she is out there like full makeup on and gold ring and everything on. That's kind of strange. Like, and immediately I saw another video in YouTube, like it was on my feed, where Erica was there, and her face was like puffed. Obvious that she had been crying for a long time. She had not taken any, she didn't have any makeup on and all of that. And then I also like looked into it, tried to make sense of it a bit, because and ChatGPT said that we need to understand when she gave that speech, it was in this high political position and she had to like present herself well, but before that we see for a long time she was just crying and all of that. And I repented because I was a bit judgmental, and we can be like that, yet it's very necessary to stay open to the truth, and it's very necessary to accept the fact that they are imperfect just like us. They are very capable of mistakes just like us, of saying wrong things, doing wrong things, and there is no perfect way to deal with the things that she dealt with, to grieve, to cry, to be okay. And another thing, even like it brought me joy at the same time, because God defended her. I didn't see that like by accident, of course. I said that to God, and I saw it as an answer. So I thanked God, saying that God, thank you for defending her. And it was relieving for me also to see that. So God is out there defending her, and we never know how He's defending us, but He's there, and we can trust Him with our life, and we can trust Him with for the people that we care about, and for Charlie and for Erica and for their family. Hope this blesses you, and thank you for watching, and bye.